So we relax back, close the eyes, and what I recommend for this stage is just letting go of any expectation, ambition, anticipation. Just pretend like this particular moment that you're in is the only moment. It's the only one that you need to concern yourself with. Future and past, you don't need to worry about them. You don't need to anticipate the future. It's not coming. It's just this moment. We just focus on this very moment. So a nasty habit most of us are in is focusing on thoughts, which are usually oriented towards future and past. Even if we're in the moment, we're often comparing this moment to another moment. So one way around this is just to focus on the breath, the sensation of breathing, because usually our mind doesn't have a lot to say about the sensation of breathing. It just doesn't have a strong opinion about it. It doesn't have a lot of memories about past breathing. So we can just relax and feel and connect with that sensation. Now today's class has three rather vigorous standing postures in it, and I'd like to use this time to warm up the legs for those three postures. So generally speaking, standing postures are going to be more challenging than doing something on your back. So let's begin as we often do. Oh wait, first let's do the breathing. So inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. And that is Dirga, a three-part or complete yogic breathing. Then we add in Ujjayi, which is the ocean sound, the hissing sound. So like fogging a mirror with the mouth closed. Now we'll bring the right leg in, and as we often do, we just begin by moving the leg around gently. What are we feeling in the hips and the legs? So from some feedback I've gotten from my massage therapist, I've been really focusing on opening up certain areas in my hips. And it definitely is, I'm being quite aggressive, and it's definitely changing things. Hopefully for the better, but it's hard to tell at this moment. But so I'm definitely feeling that. You might feel something else in your hips depending on what's going on. But what we feel is important. It's information. It's that part of our body's way of communicating with us. So we want to take note. Okay, the first stretch in today's class is a hamstring stretch. So we take that right leg straight up, and we want to feel it in the back of the right thigh. Now, this is a perfectly great way to do this stretch. It will work for many people. In fact, some people might not even be able to get the leg completely straight, and that's totally fine. If this is a little on the easy side, then you can walk your hands toward the ankle. This is going to be more aggressive. Grabbing the foot or the big toe will be even more aggressive. So we're looking for a nice, powerful, and yet safe stretch in the back of the right thigh. As I think all of you have heard me say in the past, the breath will affect how effective the stretch is, because the nervous system controls tension in our muscles, and the breath controls the nervous system, okay? So slow, deep breathing tells your nervous system that it's okay to let go. What your nervous system is trying to do is protect you. And so when you're stretching, it very often, the first thing your nervous system says is, oh, we're not going to do that. We might tear a muscle. That might be too far. We might hurt our joints. So the first thing it does is it tenses up. Then through repetition and by breathing, you over time teach the muscles that it's okay to let go, to go deeper, okay? All right, from there, we'll take a stretch in the adductors. So again, legs straight or bent is really up to you. We drop that leg out to the side. We're looking for a stretch in the groin, the inside of the thigh. We're breathing into that region or area. We'll do a posture today called the triangle pose, and this is essentially a triangle pose done on your back. So this shape, this stretch, wherever you're feeling it, I feel it in my left waist and then the inside of my right thigh. That will happen again when we are standing. Now let's inhale back through center. We'll switch arms. You'll see I'm grabbing the outside edge of the foot now. I'm just going to scoot over because the wall is right here. But what I do is I drop the leg down in the opposite direction now. So now I'm in a spinal twist. And this mimics what we call the revolved triangle, okay? Which again, we will do standing. So here I'm feeling a lot of tension in this area of my leg. So some of the same area that I did in the triangle, I'm feeling here in the revolved triangle, which is very interesting. And I'll mention that that is relatively new for me. So again, as I have stretched and changed my body, where I feel certain stretches has changed because muscles have released and let go. So the emphasis is now different. Okay, from there, let's inhale back to center. We'll exhale and release that right leg. What do we feel? If we compare the right leg and the left leg, hopefully you can feel a difference. So by comparison, for me, the left leg is very dull. It feels kind of lifeless, whereas my right leg is speaking to me. It feels very vibrant, very alive, very vital. So it's like it's vibrating, if you will. Okay, left leg, let's bring that left leg in and we will just gently manipulate the leg. We move it around a little bit. So what do we feel? Where do we feel it? Can we use the movement in a beneficial way to, again, help teach the nervous system and the body to begin to let go of tension that might be held? And then first stretch is the hamstring stretch. So again, everybody will likely go to a different place in order to stretch their hamstrings. Slow, deep breathing. Good, and then from there, we can take that leg out to the side. Can we find that stretch in the inside of the thigh, the groin? So again, this is very similar to triangle pose. And then inhale through center, switch hands, and exhale to your twist, which is very similar to revolved or reverse triangle. Good. Let's inhale. We'll come on back to center and exhale as we release the left leg to the right leg. So definitely much more balanced. That's what I'm feeling. The two legs feel very similar at this point. Let's bring those legs in, make a few circles. And I don't know about you, but I often enjoy doing core abdomen strengthening work at the beginning of a class as part of the warm-up rather than toward the end after I feel like I'm relatively tired. I'd rather start relaxing. Very often that's where we yoga teachers are told to sequence core work, but I prefer it here. So let's interlace our fingers, we'll place our hands behind the head. Now you're not pulling your head, you just want to support your head. And then you draw your elbows in. We'll take a nice deep breath, and as we exhale, let's touch the right elbow to the left knee and extend the right leg as close to the ground as we can get without actually touching the ground. And then inhale back to center, and then exhale to the other side. Okay, these are called bicycles. So it looks a little bit like someone riding a bike. So inhale center and exhale other side. You notice I'm not going particularly fast. That's not really the way we want to do things in yoga, generally speaking. So deep, slow breathing and intentional, mindful, slow movements generally. Okay, next time, right elbow comes to the left knee. Let's hold there for breath. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Hold for a breath. Inhale back to center. And exhale. Let's come up to seated. Okay, transitioning to a tabletop position. Let's do a few cat-cows. So inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down. So these are our cat-cows. We use these to warm up the spine. And then do as many as you feel you need, but when you're done, tuck those toes and let's pedal out our feet and ankles. And then we can come into our full down dog here. As usual, hands shoulder width, fingers spread wide, palms flat, chest toward the toes, feet hip distance, heels toward the ground. With our exhale, we'll walk our feet toward the hands, coming into a brief ragdoll here. You can grab the opposite elbow, nod or shake the head, sway the hips, bend the knees. And then with arms relaxed, we'll inhale and just gradually come on up. Okay, now as usual, we'll do some rounds of Surya Namaskar, just sort of the variation that I teach. There are many different kinds of sun salutation, from a very traditional kind to ones that are really far out there. So feet touching or hip distance. On the inhale, we draw the arms up, touch palms, lift the heart, and what we'd like is to stretch the front of the body here. With the exhale, let's come into a forward fold, placing the palms flat and bending the knees as much as necessary. On the inhale, let's come to fingertips, lengthening the spine. As we exhale, we'll step first the right and then the left foot to the top of a push-up for plank pose. Okay, from here, let's take a deep breath, exhale, drop those knees, and we'll bend the arms coming down halfway. We'll take a breath here. And with the next exhale, come all the way onto your belly. Then bring your legs together, gently press the tops of the feet into the mat. And with the inhale, let's lift hands first, then head, neck, and chest. So we're isolating back muscles with this first cobra. So just using those back muscles. You can squeeze your butt if you like. Good. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, top of the push-up, and exhale to a downward facing dog. Let's take a breath. All right, from our down dog, we'll inhale to the toes. Let's exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. And as we exhale, we'll grab the right wrist and pull ourselves over into a half moon. So you're looking up and you're trying to stretch from the waist through the wrist evenly. So the entire right side is stretching. Good. Let's inhale back to center. We switch wrists. We exhale to the other side. I actually did it reverse. I'm so used to mirroring you guys on this first one. So just ignore the direction I'm moving in. Make sure you're stretching your left side here. Good. Let's inhale back to center and we exhale to a forward fold. Let's inhale to the half lift, and as you exhale, you step the left foot and then right to the top of a push-up plank pose. Okay, so you can do this with your knees up or down. What we'd like to do is be able to take a breath at the bottom of our push-up. And let me just clarify, because I can never see what you guys are doing, and I see this when I teach in person. Sometimes people think the bottom of their push-up is when they're touching the ground. It is not in yoga. Okay, that I would say lay on your belly if that's what I wanted you to do. Bottom of the push-up is about halfway down here. I'm not actually touching the ground except for my toes and my hands, okay? So we take a breath there, and then we exhale all the rest of the way down. Now this time we want to maximize our spine flexibility. So inhale, pressing into the hands, lift everything up except your hips. So head, neck, chest, abdomen. Most people will still have their arms bent, okay? And make sure those hips are firmly grounded. So pubic bone is firmly on the ground, okay? Good. Exhale, come on down. Tuck the toes. If you're able to, inhale top of your push-up and then exhale back to a downward facing dog. Good. Let's do another one. So we inhale to the toes, exhale, step, jump, float, front edge of the mat. Inhale, standing back bend, up and back. Exhale, stretch your right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, sitting into an imaginary seat for chair pose. And let's twist to the right. Okay, so we're going to open up our arms. All right, we're reaching like forward and back, looking back over the right thumb. But let's bring that right hip forward as we bring that right shoulder back. Good. Inhale, standing back, bend up and back. We exhale to the other side. Good. Let's inhale. We'll come on back up and exhale to a forward fold. Inhale to the half lift and exhale. Bottom of your push-up, make your way back to downward dog. I'm going to skip the push-up because I get winded if I do too many of them too quickly, and I'm getting a little winded right now. So it's a little different when you're talking and teaching versus practicing. Okay, hopefully you're feeling nice and warmed up at this stage. That's essentially what we want to feel after doing those sun salutations. Let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. And this is our three-legged dog pose. The foot is flexed, the toes, knee, and hip point straight down. The leg is straight and lifted, but the hip is not lifted. Okay, that's what we would like. From three-legged dog, we'll take a nice deep breath. Exhale, lunge. I'm going to turn just for the sake of being able to face the camera. And then we'll inhale up to this shape, which is something we've done in the past. I call it triangle prep. It's not actually a pose. It's a preparation for a pose. Okay, so triangle prep, we have both feet, both heels firmly planted. The front foot intersects the back foot at the heel or arch. The front leg is nice and straight. The arms are parallel with the ground, okay? And I'm looking out over my front fingertips. From there, I pivot the hands. So the palms are now facing the left wall there. And as I exhale, I come forward and down into Koundynasana triangle pose. Okay, so this is, again, mimicking that stretch that we did at the beginning of the class. Okay, so what I'd like is length here in my right waist, openness in the chest and belly, and this shoulder, my left shoulder, is stacked above my right, and then both legs are stacked above my shin bone. I'll try and demonstrate what I see in classes a lot. Looks sometimes like this, where the person's collapsing in their side. Also, I see this shoulder rolling forward a lot. And then sometimes I see people way out here. Okay, they're way in front of their leg because they're trying to reach the ground, and it's easier to reach the ground as you come forward. So again, I'm trying to draw this out because for some reason a lot of people think it's important they touch the ground. It's not. Use a block, have your hand in the air, or have your hand on the shin. Let's try and maintain the proper form because that gets us the most advantage in the posture. Okay, we're looking up and we're breathing deeply. Good, let's flow this a little bit. So this is one of the changes I've made to the sequence. We usually would just come right out of that. But let's pivot and we'll exhale over to the other side. Same thing here. Good, then we inhale. We'll pivot around again. Give everything a good stretch. Inhale up, pivot, and back of the mat. Good. Now this time as we come up, we're coming back to the front. Let's come up. We'll exhale, hands to the hips, and let's do one more posture before we come out of this. So stepping the back foot in, square off the hips to the front of your mat, both legs straight, both heels down. And then with the next inhale, we'll draw the arms up, cross the right thumb over the left. And with an exhale, we come forward and down into the pyramid pose, okay? So bringing the hands either side of the foot, bringing the forehead toward the knee. Should feel a stretch now in the back of the right thigh. This was like the first stretch we did on our back for the hamstrings. Good. From there, inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. Okay, let's do the other side now. So feet touch, inhaling left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Again, this posture has much more to do with kind of like discipline, body awareness, control. You're not really stretching much. A little bit of strength, but really not. This isn't like some amazing strength posture here. Okay, let's exhale, lunge, and we'll inhale to triangle prep. Okay, I don't really have a better name for this. It's not a posture. It's really just a preparation to do the triangle pose. Okay, from there, we pivot those hands and let's exhale into a triangle. And again, we'll take a few breaths in this first one. Make sure we really are getting it. So again, left side long, chest and belly are open. The gaze is up. The breath is deep, rhythmic, and slow. Please check all those little areas that I mentioned earlier. Okay, shoulder rolling forward, not being over the leg, but in front of the leg instead. Collapsing that left waist. Breathing quickly or shallow, okay? Good. From here, let's do a little flow. So we just inhale up, pivot, and exhale at the back of the mat. Good, then we just inhale up, we pivot again, and front of the mat. Good, a couple more times, deep breath in, and we pivot, and then inhale up, pivot, and front of the mat. Very good. Let's stop in the middle actually, bring our hands to the hips, and then we step that back foot in. Okay, so square everything off, preparing for the pyramid pose, Koundynasana. Then inhaling, arms up, left thumb over right, and exhale to forward fold. Now feel free to use blocks, okay, if you need them. And forehead towards the knee, and we keep folding in till we feel the posture. What I want is a combination of feeling the posture and still being able to breathe very deeply and slowly, breathing in a controlled manner. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bottom of your push-up as you make your way to downward dog. From downward dog, let's inhale to our toes. We exhale to the front edge of the mat. We'll inhale to a standing back bend. And then let's exhale, hands to the heart. We'll bend the knees and let's take a nice deep twist to the right. Okay, so we'll drop those hips down, palms directly between the elbows, and we're pushing the shoulder back as we look up. The breath is deep, rhythmic, and slow. Okay? Now, you're welcome to stay here if this is challenging for you. If not, then the next step is inhale, open the arms, and as you exhale, allow the hands to come to the ground, shoulder width. Keep contact of the left elbow with your right knee. Look up, and then from there, just very slowly and carefully shift weight off of the feet and onto the arms. Now that's very difficult. Try swinging the right elbow to your right hip. So left elbow, right knee, right elbow, right hip. Palms to the ground, gaze up, and then we transition. Okay, so that's called side crow. Let's try the other side. So on the inhale, we'll come all the way up and out of it. And exhale, we first take a twist to the left. I am not mirroring you right now, okay? So make sure it's your left. Inhale, open up those arms. And again, if this is easy, holding this twist, then you want to challenge yourself by at least bringing your hands to the ground. Okay, that may not be very graceful, and you may not be able to lift the legs right now. That's perfectly fine. If you've ever played a musical instrument, you know when you start learning a piece of music or when you start learning an instrument, at first it's not graceful. Doesn't sound good. No one wants to hear you. Trust me. Okay, it's after we mess up, what we call practice, that then it becomes graceful and it becomes useful and it becomes something other people want to maybe listen to. You might want to listen to. So this is often the problem with yoga. We see people doing these crazy things. They seem so confident, comfortable, and we think that the teacher should be able to tell us how to do that. I can't. It's your body will learn through repetition, okay? There's just no shortcut to that. Okay, let's inhale. We'll come on back up, deep breath in, and we exhale to a forward fold. Inhale to the half lift and exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to downward facing dog. Okay, from our down dog, let's bring feet to touch. We inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to the right arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, lift, and exhale to the opposite arm. Kick that foot out, drop the back heel, and inhale your left arm up into the fallen triangle pose. Make sure that right shoulder is engaged. If this is too much, drop the bottom knee to the ground like that, okay? That makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And inhale to triangle prep. Good. Exhale, let's do a triangle pose. And we inhale back up. Pivot those toes. And exhale, triangle pose. Good. Now we'll tease the pyramid. So we exhale first triangle, and then we just sweep that arm down. Pyramid, inhale, sweep it up. Okay, and then at the back of the mat, same thing. Triangle first, and then we just tease a little pyramid pose. Okay, one more time. So exhale, we come down. And then this time, let's hold our pyramid and then step that back foot in, square off those hips. Inhale, extend to the crown of the head. So crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhale, plant that left hand right under the shoulder, and then inhale that right arm up into rotated triangle, Pavrita Trikonasana. So same rules apply as triangle, left waist long, chest and belly open, shoulders stack, gaze up. So this is the ringing action, okay? That's what we're doing here. We're sort of wringing out that torso. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way back to down dog. So the same sequence on the other side. So feet touch. We inhale left leg up and back. Exhale left knee, left arm. Just tap. Good. Inhale. Exhale center. Good. Inhale. And exhale opposite arm. Kick it out and inhale fallen triangle pose. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, triangle prep. Good. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale. Pivot those feet. And back of the mat, triangle pose. Good. Let's add the pyramid. So exhale, triangle, and then pyramid. Inhale, sweep back up. Exhale, triangle and pyramid. Inhale, sweep back up. And then last time, triangle, pyramid. Now, when we're flowing like that, our pyramid isn't really perfect. So let's clean it up a little bit. Bring that hip forward, right? Step it in. Extend crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhale, plant the right hand. And then from that pyramid base, we inhale and we take the rotated triangle pose. Good. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Let's make our way to downward dog. Nice work, everybody. From here, let's inhale to the toes. We exhale to the front edge of our mat. Inhale up to standing. And then again, exhale, twisting to the right. This time I will mirror you. So we come over to the right. Now again, if this is really challenging, I doubt it is, honestly. But if it is, you can hang out here. If you're ready to go to the next step, then inhale, open the arms, and just see if you can get your hands to the ground. That might already be challenging, so you breathe there. If that's relatively easy, then shifting weight from feet to hands, side crow, and then for more challenge, take the legs straight. So again, that could be done with one point at the knee, or you can bring both elbows, okay, and do it that way. Okay, let's try the other side. So deep breath in, and exhale, we take the twist in the other direction. Inhale, open up those arms, and we exhale, hands to the ground, gaze up, shift weight, and then if you can, see if you can get those legs straight. Keep them together for now, okay? When I teach live, I see people, they're so ready to take the legs apart. You know, let's not go there. This is its own posture. We'll get there where the legs are apart, but we don't have to always jump ahead to what we consider the hardest thing or the thing that we want to do. There's a lot of benefit in learning discipline and learning pacing and learning to do things that maybe we would rather skip ahead to something else, right? But just staying with what we are being asked to do, okay? All right, great work, everybody. Let's inhale to our standing back bend, up and back, deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your half lift and exhale, bottom of your push-up. Let's finish up our standing postures. So feet touching, we'll inhale to three-legged dog. And then exhale, knee to the arm. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, knee to the opposite arm. Kick it out. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, hips down. Bend the knees, forearms to the ground. Okay, this is the auspicious twist. To take things a little deeper, left shoulder to the ground, right palm to left palm, pressing the shoulder back. So it's a very, very deep gravity-assisted twist. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and straighten out our legs, return our hands to the ground. Inhale up to fallen triangle. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to triangle prep. And then exhale to triangle. Inhale up, pivot. And exhale, triangle. Good. Inhale, pivot. We'll add pyramid, so triangle and then pyramid. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Triangle and pyramid. And then this time we turn all the way around. So left hand next to the right foot and right hand in the air, revolved triangle. And then inhale, come back up. It's kind of hard to make that transition, so do the best you can with it. And then right hand next to left foot, left hand in the air, revolved triangle. Good. Let's inhale, we'll come back up, make our way back to the front of the mat. Same thing. Revolve triangle. And let me see, what did I have there? Yep. So exhale your hand to the ground. Inhale, lift the left leg. So crown of the head away from your left heel. Left leg parallel. Left hand to the ground. And then inhale the right arm up. And now we are in a revolved balancing half moon. So we've added balance to the twist. So we're just adding more difficulty, more challenge. Good. Exhale, bottom of your push-up. Now, if you think that that's like easy for me, I mean, as long as I've been practicing yoga, it's still a challenge. I can do it, yes. It doesn't mean it's not challenging, okay? It doesn't mean that my heart isn't racing, my breath isn't working, that I'm not starting to break a sweat, okay? So again, challenge doesn't always mean I can't do it. Challenging might mean that maybe I can't do it as gracefully as I'd like, or as long as I like, or as calmly as I would like. Okay, side two. So feet touch. We inhale left leg. Exhale left knee to left arm. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. And exhale to the opposite. Kick it out. Inhale, fallen triangle. And then exhale, auspicious twist. Again, the reason I put this here is to give us our best chance at being able to twist very deeply standing. Good. Let's take those legs straight and we'll inhale, right arm up, exhale the hand down, inhale leg up and back, exhale lunge, inhale triangle prep. Good. And then exhale triangle. Good. Inhale and triangle. Good. Inhale. We'll add pyramid, so triangle and then pyramid pose. Inhale up, triangle, and then pyramid. Good, and then again, this is the trickiest part, pivoting and turning all the way around. Revolve triangle, inhale, pivot and turn all the way around. Revolve triangle, and then one more time. Revolve triangle. Exhale the hand down, inhale, lift that leg, extending crown of the head away from the heel. Plant that right hand and then inhale the left arm up into revolved balancing half moon. Take a deep breath, exhale. Bottom of your push-up, make your way to down dog. From down dog, let's inhale to our toes. We exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's twist to the right. Again, you could stay there, or inhale, open the arms, and exhale, hands to the ground. Again, you could stay there, or shift weight from feet to the hands. You could stay there or straighten the legs together. And then from there, you can take one leg back, and that is called Ekapada Koundynasana. And it's a pretty common arm balance in yoga. You'll see that one quite a bit if you look up like arm balances, yoga arm balances online. And probably this would be one of the first pictures you would see. Okay, let's try the other side. So deep breath in, come all the way up. Exhale, twisting in the other direction. We inhale, open up those arms, and then exhale, hands to the ground. And then again, just taking your time with it, challenging yourself a bit. You should know when you're challenged, okay? Your breath will begin to maybe get away from you a little bit. You might start to feel really uncomfortable. You might feel like, I want to stop this right now. Those are all good signs that that's where you're being challenged. Now again, challenged doesn't mean unsafe. So we want to stop well before we're actually in any kind of danger, okay? Okay, great work. From there, let's go ahead and take a child pose. We'll rest there for a few breaths. From child, let's inhale up into position for camel. So knees are hip distance, heels hip distance. You can tuck toes to make heels easier to grab. Hands to the low back, elbows in. Inhale, lift the heart. And then from there, you can begin to lower back. You can let your chin go back. You can let your hands go back, grabbing the heels. Good. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, sit back into Virasana, sitting on or between your heels. From there, let's inhale back up, okay? And we'll take the left leg out to the left. Take the left hand onto that leg, so I am mirroring you here. Okay, the right knee is directly below my hip. And then I inhale the right arm up, and I exhale over into what's called gate pose. So this is a side stretch. Again, look up and roll that right shoulder back. Good. Let's inhale, we come back up, and exhale, come back to neutral. And then let's take that left leg out. Okay. And then inhale the left arm up and exhale over. I am mirroring you. Okay. So make sure you're stretching your left waist, ribs. Good. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, spring it back in. Okay, from there, we'll cross those ankles, bring our legs out in front of us. This is Paschimottanasana. So legs are straight, feet are flexed, spine is straight. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Extend your exhale twice the length of the inhale. Now you can stay there if you like, but if you'd like to do an inversion, then exhale onto your back and bring your legs straight up. Okay, this is called Saral Viparita Karani. Okay, so very simple inversion. You can stay there, but to go a step further, bring your legs up toward the ground behind you. Hold your back. This is called Halasana or plow pose. Okay, from there to go a step further, you take your legs up toward the ceiling. Okay, and that is the shoulder stand. Good. So if you're in the forward fold, inhale up, and then as you exhale, just bring the hands behind you and inhale, lift your hips like so. That's called Purvottanasana. If you're in the shoulder stand, then come all the way down, slide your hands under your hips, and then lift your back, arch your spine, and just let the crown of the head come down. And that's Matsyasana. Okay, they're both back bends in essence, just a little bit different for the different postures that you chose. When you're done, exhale, come out of the back bend onto your back, and just bring your legs in and give them a squeeze. And from there, we'll extend our arms out to the sides, drop both knees to the left as you look to the right. Okay, let's inhale back through center. We'll take those legs off to the other side, same thing. Let's inhale back to center. We'll grab the soles of the feet for happy baby. Give your legs and your back a stretch. And then when you're done, unwind onto your back, heels apart, palms up, head centered, chin tucked in slightly. Take your phone and just set a timer for 5 or 6 minutes and see if you can just rest for that period of time.